The Indiana Fever stunned Atlanta on the road, closing on a dramatic run to win their first playoff series since 2015. And we've got the full breakdown. The Gateway Center Arena in College Park was electric on September 19th. The Atlanta Dream, the East's third seed, had the crowd behind them. But the Indiana Fever, the sixth seed, had history on their minds. They hadn't won a playoff series in a decade. 94 tense minutes later, they had done it. An 87-85 comeback win, capped by Aliyah Boston's clutch layup with 7.4 seconds left, sending Indiana to the semifinals for the first time since 2015. Welcome to Jintatski Sports, your spot for all things sports. From legendary moments and big-time plays to inspiring stories and deep dives, we bring you the content that keeps the game alive. If you love sports as much as we do, hit that subscribe button and let's get into it. Indiana opened the night with confidence. Kelsey Mitchell buried an early three, the kind of shot that silenced the crowd for a moment and reminded everyone why she's the Fever's heartbeat. Boston went to work inside, Odyssey Sims pushed the pace, and Indiana edged ahead 29-27 after one. Atlanta had settled into rhythm, but the Fever's energy made it clear this was going to be a fight. The second quarter belonged to the Dream. Rhyne Howard found her stroke from deep. Brianna Jones muscled her way to points in the paint. And Jordan Canada orchestrated with precision. Indiana's offense sputtered, and Atlanta surged to a 56-49 halftime lead. The Fever walked into the locker room trailing, but not broken. The third quarter was about survival. Natasha Howard scored 6, Boston added 5, and Indiana's defense tightened just enough to keep the game within reach. The Dream still led 73-69 heading into the fourth, but the Fever bench was on its feet, sensing that the game was still there to be taken. The final 10 minutes were chaos. Brianna Turner's tip-in tied the game at 80 with just over 3 minutes left, but Atlanta answered with a quick burst. Gray and Howard pushed the Dream ahead 85-80, and the building shook as the home crowd sensed victory. Yet Indiana refused to fold. Mitchell drove hard for a bucket, Lexie Hull sprinted the floor for a transition score, and suddenly the margin was down to 1. Then came a defining play, a scramble under the basket, Sims threading a pass to Boston, and the rookie-turned leader laying it in with 7.4 seconds left. Indiana had its first lead since the second quarter. On the ensuing inbounds, Hull jumped the passing lane, stealing the ball and sealing the Dream's fate. Sims added free throws, and when Brianna Jones' desperate three missed at the buzzer, the Fever bench stormed the floor in celebration. Mitchell finished with 24 points, including 3 triples, while Boston delivered a monster double-double with 14 points, 12 rebounds, and 6 assists. Sims added 16 points and 8 assists, Natasha Howard chipped in 12, and Hull's late steal became the signature defensive moment of the night. For Atlanta, Gray had 19 points and 12 rebounds but needed 18 shots to get there. Canada posted 18 and 10 assists, Rhyne Howard scored 16, and Jones added 12. Indiana's narrative was resilience, balance, and belief. Mitchell's scoring gave them a star's edge, Boston's double-double anchored both ends, and Sims' poise steadied the team in the storm. Their defense, embodied by Hull's steal, turned the tide when the game hung in the balance. Still, there were weaknesses. The second quarter drought nearly buried them. Perimeter defense allowed Atlanta to hit timely threes, and turnovers threatened to swing momentum. But the opportunities are rich. Boston's 6 assists showed she can be more than a scorer. She can be the hub of the offense. Hull's confidence, born from her late-game heroics, could make her a two-way spark in the semifinals. And the bench, with Turner's hustle and timely contributions, proved it can deliver in big moments. The threats remain real. Fatigue with a shortened rotation, the challenge of facing Las Vegas on the road, and the scouting pressure that will now zero in on Mitchell and Boston. In Indiana's war room, the message is clear. This is the blueprint. Keep Mitchell aggressive early. Let Boston dictate inside-out play. Trust Sims to guide the offense in crunch time, and empower role players to step into the spotlight. Above all, lean into the identity that carried them here: resilience, balance, and the refusal to back down. For Atlanta, the story was one of strengths undone by fatal flaws. Gray's rebounding and Canada's orchestration gave them control for long stretches, and Howard's perimeter shooting kept Indiana honest. But when the game tightened, their weaknesses surfaced. Gray's 19 points came on 18 attempts, a sign of inefficiency. Their late-game execution collapsed, with 2 failed inbound plays and no clear go-to-set in the final 2 minutes. Defensively, the lapse that left Boston wide open under the rim will haunt them all off-season. The Dream's opportunities moving forward lie in diversifying their crunch-time offense, giving Brianna Jones more touches inside, and developing Pow Pow into a consistent bench weapon. Yet the threats are clear. Another year without a playoff series win, the predictability of leaning too heavily on Gray and Howard, and the psychological toll of letting a home game 3 slip away. In their war room, the conversation will be blunt. They must learn to close, not just compete. That means drilling inbound sets until they're automatic, designing late-game plays that create clean looks, and instilling the composure that deserted them when it mattered most. By the final buzzer, the Fever had done more than just win a game. They had rewritten their story. Their first playoff series win since 2015 came on the road in the clutch against a higher seed. It was a comeback, a statement, and a celebration all at once. And for the rest of the league, it was a warning. The Indiana Fever are back, and they're heading to the semifinals. Thanks for watching Jintotsky Sports. If that video hit home or gave you something to think about, drop a like and let me know what you think in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe for more stories that bring the heart of sports to life. Until next time, stay inspired and keep chasing greatness.